Hey guys, it's Jojo here again, and as you can see, we won this last war again. So good job all of you guys that were in the war. I was opted out with Jojo upgrading all my spell factories and all those other good stuff, being a new Town Hall 9. So I did have a few attacks that we thought were cool. I guess I'll start on the top with the Town Hall 9 attacks. And we have this one here by Jukes 45 on number 2. This was a cleanup attack, and what he does is he drops a hog to lure the clan castle, and then that also exposes the 2 Teslas. He just drops the 2 poisons so that they can kill the dragon and the other troops that were in the clan castle. And then from there, I believe he comes in from the top. Nope, okay, he comes in from here. So he drops his 3 golems and then his wizards to create the funnel and clear up all that building so that the Pekka and the king and the queen could go in. So he drops a jump there, and then when the golems go in, the king then reroutes when the golems start getting hit by the queen, and then he goes in and knocks out that queen, and then the king will actually then take out the other, like the defending king. So from there, he's already triggered 1 giant bomb, and he releases his hogs just in one big group from about there. And so because they're under so much fire, he drops his first heal pretty early, and the hogs were able to live through 1 giant bomb that went off right here, where they're dealing with all that with the Teslas, and then the wizard tower and the archer tower. He drops another heal, and right here there's 3 more defenses left, and he still has maybe 8 hogs. Yeah, 8 or 9 hogs left. And from there, it is cleanup. Not a lot left, because his queen had been going around doing a lot of cleanup behind the hogs from the start. So you can see all that's left is the king's stand altar. Good job, Jukes. And then the next one, it's not really the best base, but I had liked it because it was it's a fun base. It is a fresh attack, and our guy High shows why why this base would not be a good idea. So he decides to drop a few loons all around where the air defenses aren't touching them. He gets does he get any? Yeah, he gets a couple defenses with that bunch of balloons. He was also able to trigger the clan castle with the lower balloons, and so just drops his first poison and then his second poison just to kill the dragon and those troops out completely before he starts the main part of his attack. So right there, I'll just speed that up quickly. So, poison just has to work. And then there, he drops his 2 golems up here on top. And then the wizards to clear up a bunch of the trash buildings so that the queen can go in the Pekka. His king is upgrading at the moment, so he brought a Pekka just to help out to kill that enemy queen really quickly. So from there, he has, you know, the golems are gonna go around the base from defense to defense, and then he has his hogs coming in just to kill those troops. And because there's no more defenses in that area, they will go straight into the core. And then he realizes his hogs need a little bit more backup, so he's gonna drop the last remaining hogs and then put them under heal to take care of all those the Teslas and the Expo that's in the core. And then from there, he still has his golems that'll tank some of the hogs, and then the P.E.K.K.A. and the Queen coming around on the outside. And then that wizard, he has a couple wizards already working really hard on cleanup already. So by the time the defenses are down, most of the space would have already been cleaned up. So there, they're gonna take out all the rest that's left. He dropped some loons that he still had in the bag just to work his cleanup. Good job, Joseph. And then the next one that I wanted to show is actually one by me with my MiniAdiana. And this was a cleanup attack, but the first attack had been a dragon attack, so I knew where the Teslas were, but did not know where the giant bombs were. We had a feeling that you'll see the Teslas are on the outsides, and we had a feeling that the bombs would have been right next to the Teslas. Most of their bases, they had their bombs outside. They didn't have like proper double giant bomb sets. So from there, I'm just gonna pull the dragon up to the top, and I like to drop just one poison so that I can have the second poison for the skellies, which in this base, I figured because everything was just so compartmentalized, it would probably have skeletons. So I did a heavy 2-finger drop, and then wanted to use some of my own hogs to expose the Teslas, and I was hoping that they would trigger the bombs, but none of them did trigger any bombs. So I figured maybe by this point I was like, maybe they're somewhere else. So I dropped my last heal for the bombs, for the defenses, and so there's just that last cannon, and then those wizards and the king took out the last defense. So from there, it's just clean up. And I still have a couple hogs, maybe 4 hogs, and there's lots of wizards and the king. And then my next account that I had, the next attack that I had liked was this one here by Panocha. We're both practicing hogs and, you know, trying to learn from all our clanmates. That's one of the cool things about joining a clan that are practicing 3-star attacks, is that if you're there and the clan plans, it helps you become a better attacker. So that's one of the cool things about Chaos Hammer. So he's gonna drop the two poisons on the dragon. He does miss the balloon, and so he drops a wizard just to pull the balloon into the poison. A balloon just needs 1 poison to knock it out, and since he's using a hog attack, you really don't want to have a balloon floating around, just gonna take out all your hogs as they drop their bombs. So he drops his golem down here, and then wizards to create the funnel, and just a whole bunch of wall breakers just to open that up, because he wants his golem to go right into the core and hopefully trigger some giant bombs. But he had a wall breaker fail on the second level of walls. But with the wizards behind and then the king coming, he's gonna open that wall, and then they're gonna both be able to take out that king very easily, the defending king. So then he drops his just all his hogs over at the 3 o'clock section so that he could so that they could all stay together and benefit from any heal that he drops. He did trigger a double giant bomb set, so because the hogs got there before the golem and the king were able to trigger it, so he did make some bacon there. So then that just means that he has his last he has one more heal and just a few, maybe what, 3 more defensive buildings. He has his wizards already doing cleanup. It's a good practice to drop your wizards on the opposite side than where the hogs end up, because then they're able to work on different sides. But it all works. Good job, Banu. And the last attack that I want to show is this one here by Symphony Bulls. And he is doing a dragon attack using the Zapquake spell combination. So he brings his 10 dragons. He's gonna zap this that air defense that the sweeper is. Actually, the sweeper is protecting, is covering all the 3 air defenses that are there. But what that does is that it opens the entire back for you just to funnel your dragons in from behind the sweeper. So it really doesn't protect a side when you face your air defense in that direction. So he just drops his dragons so that they can head straight in towards that first air defense. Then with those storages in front of it, he's gonna drop a rage so that the dragons just are able to do a few blows on those storages and kill, and then get to the air defense. And then they're also under rage when they take on the clan castle dragon, so that was perfect. So he drops his king on the side corner builder hut just so they don't have to go back, and then the king is able to be a shield for a distract for the archer tower. So then the balloons were able to slip in, knock out the archer tower. The dragons were protecting the loons from the air defense, so then the balloons went in and took care of that too. So from there he literally has no more defenses and just a lot of loons. Very good job, Bulls. And that's it, guys. I hope you guys like the attacks that we were able to bring against this clan. We did find war again, and unfortunately this clan is a little cheating clan. They sent a spy over, and he wasn't in the war, but he's from their clan. I was the one that accepted him. So yeah, so this clan, I guess when they saw our bases, they got scared, and so they decided that they needed to send a spy over. And so that guy right there, Tyler, he is the one that came over to spy on us, and he was there for a bit because he kept insisting that what we asked him to do was for him to show a replay of his of one of his past attacks so that we could see what clan he was coming from. But he kept saying, oh, he hadn't attacked in a few days, and then the replays were not available, and it was just all so sketchy. So finally I kicked him out, and then he went to another clan, and then he returned to the team Cat Daddy. I guess what I have to say to that team is that it's unfortunate that they have to resort to cheating to have gotten to their 125 wins. Wish them best of luck, because we are coming after them with all our firepower. So Chaos Hammer, we will show them how it is done in the next tomorrow. Take care and good night.